This whole week I'll be preparing the 33 Hot Rod for its first engine start. So I had one of these, I don't even know what they're called, temporary type, hop into a line for my courtesy lights just to test them. And I've had multiple people tell me originally before, like, just throw these out, they're so horrible. Well, what was funny is I installed this on here. Not only did I, do it the correct way, but then I actually added an extra, used like a needle nose to like crimp it down really hard to make sure it's in there 100%. And I don't know if you noticed, but while I was testing, I had to keep like freaking pinching the thing because it was so intermittent. And that's after it was in the cable and it was still intermittent. So everybody was 100% correct, and that's where that goes. And that's where that goes. And that's where that goes. So I'm actually surprised how much that was like just prone to failure. Unbelievable. So anyways, I pulled my light out of here because I just didn't want to deal with it. I already tested it. It works fine. And so now I'm going to kind of get this stuff I don't want to say bundled up, but I'm also going to slide some protection paper underneath this just to make sure if I have any kind of trans coolant leaks or anything, it's not like going all over my cable. So that's what we're doing. All right, so we got stuff extra covered, back of stuff covered. I got my, construction paper or whatever you call it is in here. I need to cover that one too. And then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do on the other side. Again, this is just so there's no oil splash. And then, what I need to do is cover all the raw ends of all wires before this thing goes rattling down the street. Or should I say vibrating like a tuned machine down the street. That's what I meant to say. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, so it's 2 days before test the engine day till launch. And I'll be honest, I've had the most stressful, 2 business weeks in my whole career of business, and this is happening at the same time. And so it's been a little much for me. It's been a little over the top, but I've been trying to dial in every nuance that I can. The last thing I need to do for the engine is actually borrow one of those special oil pumps that you need to use for these engines to get them lubricated. And so where that goes is there's a few spots right there, and then you actually pump it in to where it actually seeps out of all the areas in the top. So you're trying to get lubrication into the whole engine. And another area I was told is taking that sensor out right down there and popping in there. Now the problem with that is you need a thin wall socket to actually get that out. I remember it being a big pain when I was putting it in. And so I would prefer to put it down here. However, the thing that I'm not thrilled about is once I'm down here and I pull the thing out, is there going to be a backwash of oil just pumping out of this thing? I don't know. And I would hate to see that all over the place because, as you notice, I'm a meticulous guy. I like cleaning stuff up. So I'm trying to keep it pristine. So then I was talking to my buddy Greg about other logistics of what's going on. And one of the things we were concerned about was the heat from the pipes. And so I am going to put the back wall in, hopefully temporarily with some Clecos. And hopefully the Clecos aren't bearing into the seat because we are going to try to bring my bench seat in there. And I believe the way the doors are cut here, that I will be able to slide that seat in and get it in there. And that also means temporarily popping that in. We will have that open right now, which that's a little unnerving, but you know, we're literally talking about just driving a few miles per hour, I guess, around the cul-de-sac or something like that, just to, you know, test things and see how things are going. And you know, we just don't know until we get there. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen. So I got a lot on the plate. I got a few more gallons of gas I got to put in. Got the back wall. I got to figure out how that's going to interact with the seat, and whether I can put Clecos in or if those Clecos are going to get in the way. So I might have to just put a temporary rivets in a few spots, which might be the best thing to do. I could always drill them out later. And what else? I've been going through my list. Yeah, torque. I torqued all the back. The front's almost torqued, but I can't do anything until it's on the ground. So those could be torqued a little bit. If they're not torqued, again, I'm doing 5 miles per hour. It's not gonna be a problem. I got it like as tight as I can get it. We got to put a little bit more water in. I've already bled the engine. It's already shot all its air out, so that's good. And that's not officially connected to anything. It's just knocked off. I also put a little cloth here to knock off these oil vents. It's still breathable, but just in case it's spitting any kind of oil, which I don't believe it will because there's a big filter that goes across the whole inside of this. So it'd take a lot to get that oil out there, but I don't know. It's a new build. Maybe there's going to be crap loads of oil coming out. I have no idea. So I triple checked my order of firing on my cables going into the cylinders. So that is triple checked, good to go. That's one of the biggest things that always kind of worries me is putting the wrong order and destroying your engine and detonating it. I still need to upload the computer because I finally got the final specs into it. It needs to upload. At this point, I'm not testing my reverse light or whatever because I could care less about it. It's not connected. It's not wired up. Actually, I think it is wired up, but it's all, you know, tied off and, you know, electrical tape and everything, so nothing shorts out. And I'm not going to open that up right now. This is bigger than that. So I'm going to leave this open. Probably tuck those wires in. Or maybe I'll put the pan in temporarily, get the heat off these wires. I don't know how hot these things get. I have no idea. So, but I could also tuck that in. Wow, that was sharp. was so sharp it felt like it was hot. So yeah, I'm kind of rambling here just because there's just so much going on, or at least in my head, there's a lot going on. And out here, it's pretty calm. There's not much going on, but in my head, it's like, and basically, just like I said a few videos ago, you know, what am I forgetting? What am I missing? That's literally going through my head. Like, you know, what do I need to do? And so I just, you know, trying to dot my I's and cross my T's the best I can on this thing. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so one of the things that I needed to do is actually get oil into this engine. And the way that you do this on this engine is there's an entry point down there, and then we have that running to a contraption which you actually pressurize. And so you throw your oil in there, you hook it up to your air compressor, and you shoot about 60 pounds of pressure, and you blow all the oil up through all the, I guess, orifices of the engine until you hear the oil bubble out of the tank because it's done. Then you shut it off and pull this plug out as fast as possible before the oil comes back out of the engine and all over the place. So I think that's how it's going to go, and I hope it does. And then after that, this thing is pretty much primed and ready to go. All right, so are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start here. Don't explode. Don't explode. Okay, here we go. Says it'll take about 10 minutes. Well, we have the calm before the storm. It's the night before. I got everything dialed in, except I got one more quart of oil to pour in, which I'll pour in on top when we're ready to go. And I need to torque the wheels. And the only way I'm going to remember that is to have those sitting on the floor. So I run into them. I got the seat in, got the wiring all pulled away. I feel pretty good about where the seat is in the sense that it's mostly covering the craziness there. Of course, that'll all be covered up later by the tunnel, but I can't get the tunnel in right now. So I might choke up on the seat just as a little safety precaution. But in any case, steering wheel's in, everything's ready to go. Check the tire pressure in case we are going to actually take it out. And we got the cables tucked away, and it could use another gallon or two of gas, but I'll do that. That's kind of a two-man job with a can because you can't really see when you're lifting it up, trying to get the gas in there. So it's a lot easier to have a second person there to help you out. And man, that's about it. So This is, I don't know, 2 years accumulated, not including the engine. Add another 6 months to a year on that. So, and a bunch of time on research. And so it's been fun. It's been trying at times. And got a few people coming over tomorrow to help out. And just for the experience, see what's going on. And hopefully we're good, man. I don't know what else to say, but hard work paying off, I guess. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Till next time, have a great day.